Hello, I'm Dozing Cat. I've been playing VRChat since 2020, and I recently got interested in VRChat filmmaking. So now I just want to know how filmmaking works for other people. Today, I am having this interview with Pure Koor and Bluezasz. Please correct me if I pronounced that wrong. Today I'm with them to talk about their short film, which was accepted in a Furality showcase. It's called Transformation is So Cool. So why don't you guys introduce yourself?
I am Pure Core for short. I've been playing VRChat the same time, 2020. And I'm primarily a 2D digital artist, but I was interested in trying to do more video stuff. So Furality popped up, and I was tried to do that challenge, which was fun.
Yeah, and my name is Zaz, or also Bluezasz online. I'm a software engineer, but I have a lot of experience in filmmaking, and I also used to stream. Right now, I'm trying to get back into it slowly. I've been playing VRChat since apparently 2018, because we checked before this. But actually,
Wow.
I'm playing with VR since 2020, so about the same time as well.
I also do digital art sometimes, but it's been a while.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's a fun thing to do.
yeah. Yeah, by the way, do you guys have TikTok account?
Just curious.
I do. Everything's under Pure Core. I do all my stuff.
yeah.
I'm very one name brand.
I'm pretty sure mine is Bluezasz, but I have two posts, but they're both bad, so don't go look at them. But hopefully down the line, I kind of want to try and get more up there.
Okay.
How about you?
I don't have TikTok account. I mainly just use my Twitter and YouTube. My YouTube account is Dozing VRC, which I just created like last month. Yeah.
How long have you been into filmmaking?
How long? If you're talking about filmmaking in general, I've
like
made
videos and stuff.
yeah, I've made one live action film and one stop motion short film when I was
That's fun.
studying my bachelor's degree.
Nice.
Yeah. But if you're talking about filmmaking in VR, I just start doing it. I think I started doing it in 2021, but not until recently I just start taking it more seriously.
Your videos are really good.
That's fair. Yeah.
Thanks. Can you guys talk about your short video? Transformation is so cool.
Yeah.
It was a short video about different ways that people can transform, because I think transformation is a really cool concept, and I wanted a video that could show off like all the different cool worlds and avatars in VRChat, and I think we were like pretty successful in showing that. We were short on time, so we didn't get to show like every single world, but like we showed a lot, so I was pretty happy about that. Got to show the dogs and the dragons, all the things.
Yeah, like usual, the pre-production stage was very, very long, but then the actual filming and editing was like, what, 2 weeks tops? So we didn't actually have that much time to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we planned it a lot.
Yeah.
I think Core spent a good, like, I want to say 15, 20 hours in the script.
Mm.
Oh my god.
No, I didn't spend that long on
Right?
it. Well,
All together?
Really?
No, I kept bouncing off ideas and stuff, and anytime that we said anything, I would just write it down. And then afterwards, I spent like an hour and just like tried to organize it in a way that like it flowed
Yeah,
well
but
enough.
like
But I didn't. No, I wasn't
the
sitting there
idea
for like
making
20.
part.
Well, yeah.
No, of course. But like since you got the original idea, because he was the one with the original idea and everything. Since you got the idea, like, and as you wrote things, how long did that take you? Roughly?
Quite a few days because I just like thought of ideas over time, and if I just thought of something, I would write it down.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like we sat down and wrote a script and then it was done. It was more so like, cool idea. It goes in the Google Doc kind of thing.
What inspired you to make the video?
So, Brimstone released a video for announcing the community showcase, and I wanted to make a video specifically for Sylvia, and so I thought it would be a cool idea to kind of like answer back to the original video and like try to make like little in-jokes about it. And I also knew that like I'm still an amateur in video production, so I knew that like I couldn't do anything like super fancy. And because of the time constraints, because like he was graduating college and I just have a lot of work, so it was like I want an idea that like is fun and also like I can cut down or make longer, because also like if for the skits I don't know actually how long they were going to be, so like if I made I could make a bunch and then like cut down on them if I needed to be under the 2 minutes. So that was the thing where it was like I want a focused idea that also is directly for Sylvia, and that's how the transformation is so cool came about. Also, I stole his catchphrase.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
a cool.
I'll let you steal it.
Yeah, it's a cool idea to just use VRChat and jump between different avatars to sell the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like a big
yeah.
part of it, I think.
yeah. So you guys start working on the video after the showcase was announced, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, after it was announced. I think it was like, I saw the post like 4 days after they had posted it. And so then I was like, oh, this is cool. Because like for the most part currently, I've been trying to make like informational videos about like how to draw stuff or to discuss topics in the furry fandom. So I'm already like trying to figure out like what's the process of doing stuff. And normally it's just like find a place, make sure that the composition is really nice, make sure it has good lighting, stand there, talk, and then that's whatever. And I wanted to do something like with that's a challenge of like, hey, I need to actually focus on like how people are actually like looking through the film, how to actually like compose it to where like there can be multiple shots that actually make like sense, and like jokes of like some jokes are like very easy to tell and other ones are obscure. Like the macro one is obscure because it's about Fox and Falco commissioned pieces. And then also just being informational anyway with like, you know, saying like dragon, dog, fancy frog, all that stuff. Like trying to make it into a whole cool thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. How can you make sure that the audience they are able to get the joke?
We had friends that we also showed the ideas to, and Zaz asked me to make a storyboard so that I could actually connect it correctly and show other people as well. And some of the jokes were like, I tried to make it to where people would like get the jokes, but some of them are like just obscure jokes where I was assuming that no one would get it, but like they would still have like it would still flow correctly, so it was still fun. So it was partly like trying to make sure it connected with everyone, and having avatars be something like, oh, I know that avatar and stuff like that. And some of the times it was just like, I just wanted to make this joke, or I wanted to show off a cool world and I didn't know how to make it into a good joke. Like the Doom world was just one where it's like, I was actually originally going to try to make it to where like it showed one of the weapons from really far away, so it was hard to see, and then zoomed in so that I could show like the map of one of the missions, but due to time constraints, it was like I did M1 and just like tried to do it, and then found out that like the lens doesn't fly that far, so I had to like go to one of the corners to be able to actually do it.
Yeah, it's mostly a matter of you're not going to be able to land every joke. So if you have a lot of them, some of them are going to work. That's kind of like the approach, I guess.
Yeah.
I just think it's important to do test screening, even though I think I only showed my friends after finishing my video, so that could be a risk.
Yeah, the jokes we were able to show people, the actual video, because I was like rushing, like I was like, I need to go. So I didn't actually get to show anyone the like final video before it like went out. But like, yeah, the jokes, like there were definitely ones that were like, oh, why did you do this? Or ones where it took a second for somebody to get, and then they were, oh, I know this one, like the stable one was one where like everyone actually laughed at that one, which I was surprised. I thought there wouldn't be that many people for that one, but yeah.
I don't know if I actually saw the like final version before it got posted.
No, you were
like before it got showcased.
No, you were busy like doing stuff. That like you saw it. You did see it before the showcase, but it was like weeks after, once you were like settled.
I don't think it was the final version. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You mentioned you spend lots of time preparing or planning those shots. Like what makes you spend such a long time, or what is the process of planning the shooting process?
So the started out with the Google Doc of just trying to bounce around ideas and just like put like just stream of thoughts, whatever, just like anything that's thought of, you just put it down. And then once like getting all those sat down, try to go through them and go like which ones are fine, which ones are bad, which ones are like okay that we could like maybe add or not in the future. So we did that, and then afterwards we did the script, and then we went
Storyboard.
Then I did the storyboard to make sure to get like kind of an idea of like how things should be composed, because one of the things I really wanted to focus on was for people to like actually like read the video. So like one of like a simple way was like Koor started at the start and then it went like to the right, so like each character was kind of like flowing between the scenes, and if I cut, like I was trying to keep people to like being close to each other, so like no one was like just blipping around the scene, unless I like for Doom where it was like it's just an open field, so like that's like no particular place to look at. So yeah, I wanted to make sure that like everything was planned beforehand, so that when filming it was just easy to like know like this is what has to be done, this is where you have to go, and just do all that stuff. As well as like we recorded the lines with our mics and did it in Audacity. And so like I was trying to already figure out like how to, because like the microphone quality of like our headsets aren't bad, but they're also not great, and we already have like the SMB7 basic podcast mic, so trying to make sure that everything was like planned voice wise, to make sure that the audio was good was important. Kind of failed because my mic broke, but like it already needed planning beforehand, so it was already like just do the pre-production, all like making sure it's all good, so then you don't have to worry about too much later on, and it's just all like doing it.
Yeah, you don't want to get to the day where you're gonna be like doing all the VRChat things and then have to like on top of that plan the shot and make sure the dialogue is right and make sure everything sounds good. Like that's like it's a lot of work already to just like have a pretty shot, that adding all of that on top is like really hard. So it's nice to get it out of the way early with like script planning and like storyboarding and voice recording and that kind of stuff.
And I also wanted to make sure like the music also fit with it. So like it also took me a second to like figure out like, oh, what's the beat that I wanted to go for. And luckily Patricia Taxon had like she does all great music, but she had one that I really like, which was New York Walk Faster, I believe, right? Yeah. And so like once I found that, it was like really easy to like try to build things around that as well.
Cool. What editing tool did you use?
For the audio, it was Audacity, and then for the film, it was Hit Film Pro.
That's something new. Never heard of that.
Yeah, so yeah, Hit Film. There's a free version called Hit Film Express. It's like it's supposed to be like an After Effects like competitor, but I just use it as a video editor because it doesn't really crash on me. Like it slows down sometimes, but like it rarely crashes. So I like appreciate not losing like hours or like hours of just data. I can just go like, oh hey.
It almost crashed yesterday.
Yeah, but that was because I'm working on like a video that's an hour long, and once it gets to the hour mark, it starts to like not be super happy when I throw in like another hour long or like a 30-minute long clip and just be like, here you go, deal with it. Like it's like, no, we're not doing that today.
It kind of surprised me a bit when you say you use your own mic to record, because usually with this kind of showcase video, I guess most people will not put too much effort into their voice quality.
Yeah, I've always learned
Yeah.
that audio is one of the more important things, and like if you have bad visuals, like it's not the worst thing in the world, because like it can be an aesthetic thing, which is like a lot of art is that we're like not that it's bad, but that like you're allowed to do a lot of abstraction and people are allowed to read into it. But like if you have bad audio, then people are less likely to listen to it because like like the frequencies in there like can bother you. Like there's so much in audio, and like even like me using Audacity is like not the best because like there's a lot of frequencies that are hidden that like can annoy people, or you need to make sure that like how it's actually sounding for each person's voice, and it's like a whole complex thing where it's like I do not have all that knowledge, but I do at least know that it's like audio is very important. Which again, my mic actually broke, or I found out that my mic broke after I had recorded the showcase, because like so there's like a condenser and there's like a little cap that's supposed to go on the condenser, and I think that's meant to like dampen certain frequencies so that it stays within a range, and it just had fallen off. Like the glue was like nope, and I thought that I was just being really bad with audio until I was like jingled it around. I was like, it shouldn't make a jingly sound. And so I actually lost.
It's funny because oh sorry.
Oh no, you go.
I was gonna say, it's funny because we have the same mic, and if he speaks in mine, it sounds great, and then he goes to his office and tries to use his, and it's like super crunchy.
Yeah, it was real bad. And one of the worst things is that like I had been, I recorded the showcase, and I also recorded a video that was like the hour-long video that I've been making. I recorded like 25 minutes worth of audio and had like cut it down and stuff because I was just like, I need to get this done. And then once I had found that out, I had to actually like re-record that. And I actually was afraid that the showcase was gonna fail because like I couldn't re-record it because I'd already submitted it. But then I got through, so I was not sad. Oh, I was less sad because I wish that the audio wasn't so crunchy.
He also has a really nice voice, so it's nice to have good audio for him.
Thank you. You have a nice voice as well.
In terms of filming, did you guys encounter any problems during the filming process?
I don't think I can answer this.
No. So the way that I did it was I was trying to. I had already been trying to figure out how to make it to where I could make noise come out of like into the mic of VRChat, so that I could just like puppet instead. Because for like informational videos that I'm making, I like continuations of things, and a good way to do that is to have multiple shots so that like you can transfer between each one. But like if you're like filming and like at one angle is like you're super excited and happy, and the next angle like you're really bored and like you sound really different, like it doesn't feel continuous. So like luckily for the Furality video I needed it, so I figured out that voice meter was a thing. and so I just went around to different worlds, and I would like listen to the audio, and then the audio would come out of my mouth. And the only problem is that there is a delay in like the actual like sound. So like as I'm puppeting, I'm like having to like listen and then do the action, which was a weird process to do. And then for the actual editing and hit film, the audio is more delayed, so I actually had to like resync everything to make sure that like the mouth was correct, which I think came out really nice. And most of the shots I didn't need to do that, but there was a few where like the croc one transforming to a croc, like we were definitely both in scene where you could see us talking, so I like had to make sure all of it looked correct. And then the only, I think, like lag, because my computer isn't best, so I had some lag for some of the film that I didn't notice until the end, but I was also just like, I don't care, just use it. And the lens, I didn't realize that the VRChat lens didn't like continuously go through a world, like it stopped, because I thought it did, because like if you have it in world anchor mode, you can go anywhere, but for the flying lens, it's just like a 3-meter bubble. Like it's not that long, it's just also not that short.
Yeah, it's not that big.
So there were some jokes where I needed to like have better camera movements, and I really couldn't do that, especially if I was like puppeting at the same time, so I had to like improvise of like how to do that. So like the goat one where was like I went forward and then to the right so that I could cut at a wall and then zoom in again.
We really need to figure out a way of like having a camera that you can puppet like through another client or something, just to make it easier to like set that up, because it's a pain to have to walk or like use the little camera on the like in VRChat while you're in VR. It would be nice if you could like set it up on your computer and then go into VRChat or something.
I think there's I knew of VRChat lens before, but I didn't want to set it up, so I think it has like anchor points that you can use, but I'm not fully sure.
Interesting.
Are you guys the only 2 actors in the video?
Yeah, this was it's because we were short on time. I didn't want to try and grab a bunch of people and try to have to set up like times to do stuff. So I was just like very much like we'll just have it be the 2 of us. And like even then, like he was like his classes got really busy, so like I was the one that was filming. Otherwise we would have both filmed for some of the stuff, because some of the shots are like static, so like in the future it'd be nice to actually like have more moving shots instead of it just being like plop.
Also, I don't have full body tracking, so using me as an actor is not the best either, because you don't get half the expression.
Yeah.
You can still make good looking videos or videos with dynamic camera moves with half body tracking, which can kind of make the audience feel like you are having full body tracking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you guys are the only 2 actors, how did you make the, I think it's the last shot of your video, which you're dealing with a bunch of brush avatars?
Oh yeah, so that one that one was at the Black Cat Cafe, and there's 2 stories. So I made the camera, so I already had planned that like I needed a pan shot, so I just kind of zoomed out with one video so that like I had a better face of me, and then I kind of moved the camera to the left a tiny bit so I had a little bit more range. And basically I just went around and I filmed myself, and like every single position was me just doing something random and making sure like, oh, is this like, am I overlapping somebody else, like making sure like everything looked fine. And then just in post it was just me like masking everything in the scene so that like I could have all the different ones there and making sure that it was timed correctly, because like they're all at different timings. Or like there was like one walking one that I was doing that's like from the front door, so like I had to make sure that at first I kept like messing up like where it was timed, but eventually I got it to where like it could actually look like they were walking in and it didn't just immediately like cut off. So that scene took a minute, but it was fun.
That seems like something I would do.
Mm.
Using a bunch of green screens.
Yeah. The only time that I used a green screen was for the crocodile, because I wanted the crocodile to be really small. And I had already planned to get that avatar because like, oh, it looks really cute. And then I figured out that it's like 3 meters tall, and we're only like 2 meters tall. So I had to actually green screen that one. And the only problem I came across that one was that I forgot. I'm very bad at perspective, even though I'm an artist. We're gonna kind of ignore that. So I should have moved the camera a little bit up higher to make them look smaller, and then to make sure that the perspective was right. Because after filming, I had to like move their image around so that it wasn't like too badly perspectived. But like, even if somebody looks at it, they can tell like there's 2 different vanishing points for this scene. So I ooped a little bit on that one.
You forgot.
I forgot.
Do you guys have any friends who are also interested in VR filmmaking?
I know a few people who mostly just do TikToks. Or like we have a lot of streamer Twitch friends and some TikTok like friends. I guess some YouTube people as well. Like we know people who do stuff. But most of it I don't think is in VRChat. Most of it is in like different forms. Or I guess technically it's not VRChat, but they still use like avatars and stuff in like streams and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's kind of adjacent, but for the most part, it's mostly just us doing stuff.
Cool. A lot of people I interviewed, they also do TikTok, which is a trend that I didn't know because I'm unfamiliar with TikTok.
Yeah, I really want to get into TikTok to be able to like do funny, like small funny things, because I'm definitely more of a person who likes very info dense stuff. Like that's just what I like, but also I like being silly at points, and TikTok seems like a fun thing to do. So I have like I'm doing the same thing with the Google Doc where I'm just like throwing in a bunch of ideas, and then eventually some of them will get produced. Because I'm very bad with TikTok stuff because I'm a person who likes planning and making sure everything's like really nice, and TikToks is like a shit post. So I'm very bad at shit posting. So I need to learn how to do that.
There's some really good stuff on TikTok as well, but it's true that it's a nice platform to like get something out there quick if you want. But if you want to put in a lot of work, you can also do that, and I've seen it be very successful as well.
Yeah. Do you have any tips filming comedies like this?
I think so. I'm still an amateur, so like I feel like not all the jokes landed, or like some of them were just like personal ones. But like I think comedy works best when you have an audience in mind and that you're trying to like make a story between the person, and then trying to like try to like know what their expectation is, and then try to like go around that expectation so that you're having like a fun like playful like back and forth with the viewer. And I think the best way to do that is to literally just tell people the joke beforehand and be like, hey, I have this joke, this is the joke, and see like what their reaction is, or be like, I don't get this joke, or like see like who actually would like enjoy it, or why do they enjoy it, and just like test beforehand, because like if you just kind of do it by yourself and then you laugh by yourself, then like it's if you're have like common humor with other people, then like it's not bad. But like not only having yourself be in comedy is weird, because comedy is inherently about the communication between people. So you just need to like go out and do that. And also timing. A lot of times timing is very good, because you need it to be like emotionally like you want to make sure that like you're hitting beats of like, hey, this is the joke, this is the time where you can relax, or like in my thing,
Don't beat.
one of the things that I tried to do was like I did the Fox and Falco fan club, and I knew some people wouldn't get that, so like the next scene after that was actually like a very like casual, like it's just a character that everyone, or like it's a species everyone knows. It's very plain of like where things are. So if anyone's like, I didn't get that joke, like they have kind of a little bit of breathing room to think about that joke before the next thing happens. And just even timings like that, it doesn't always have to be like you just have to go like joke. It's like an ebb and flow of like what you're trying to make people feel.
Yeah, contrasts are very important. So going from funny to like average is it's like doing that thing where it's like, oh, it's funny, oh, it's not, it's whatever, oh, it's funny again. That's like really, really strong, and it's a really strong emotion. Also, that is what you said is true, because do you know what the most important part of comedy is?
The joke?
Timing.
Yeah.
It doesn't work in VRChat.
What?
It is hard to get timing right in VRChat though, especially when you're like doing things in VRChat as well, just because there's like a lot of delay.
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't have too much of a problem because I was by myself, so I could control all delays.
Yeah.
But in a community setting, like that would be definitely a lot harder, especially if it's live comedy. You kind of have to build that in.
Yeah, I don't think that would work.
And this could even be a bigger problem if your avatar is interacting with other people's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely challenges. I think there's still ways around that, like even things like I think what was it? Game of Thrones did it where like they needed perspective shifts for like the creatures being really big but the human needing to be really small. So like having distance between people was something where like you could make the illusion where like they were next to each other, but they really actually weren't. So like if you really want to get really technical with it, you can avoid those problems. But like it's also just kind of like, is it worth doing that? And for some people, it absolutely is. But I think for like a lot of VRChat stuff, people are already like acknowledging that like if you want to like put your hand through your arm, that's just kind of a thing. Breaking the illusion isn't inherently bad because like the immersion should be about like I feel like the immersion should be about like the emotional connection, not the technical one. And also you can do a lot of funny technical stuff where like if you want to like punch somebody and you just go through, then that's like crap. Like you can already make jokes about that. So there's actually ways to even make that more of a connecting factor of it having those weird technical not glitches but like just technical aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah, when talking about comedy, I feel like it is probably the easiest genre to get a reaction from the audience. Yeah, at least I think it's easier. It would be harder for the audience to cry if your video is supposed to make people feel emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think of there's a concept called the magic circle, which is mostly for I think it's for video games. I think it may be for other things. Basically the idea is that
The story circle?
It may be called that too. It's basically the idea that like you have to set the mood for whatever you're trying to do, and you're trying to give people a base for like what they should expect, and then you have to have a person accept that. So like sadness is harder to do because most people don't want to be sad. Like it's just one of those negative emotions that people don't like, even though it's not always the hardest to do. Like anger is one of those things where like you can get people very angry very quickly, even though that isn't a negative emotion. But yeah, if you think about like trying to figure out like what will make people accept a premise, and like what will get them immersed into your story, I think that like if you frame it that way, it's a lot easier to think about like trying to get different emotions in there. And comedy, I would put it like as a mid-tier strength, because you can make like jokes like fart jokes are something that like you do, and like there's a lot of people who still laugh at those. But like if you want like more complex jokes, like the fox in the stable requires that like people know about the furry fandom and that specific video within the furry history.
Oh my God.
And like all those things about like why
Yeah.
like or why people like I had people come up afterwards and like I can't believe you got away with that joke, and it's like it won like kind of, yeah, but also like nothing bad was shown. I literally just referenced the thing, and the reference to the thing is what made people laugh. So it's that sort of thing where it's like, what are you playing with? What ideas do you require to play with, and what will people accept? Because like some normie is not going to accept a fox in a stable unless they're like a horse girl, in which case they'll be like, it's a horse and a fox, wow, and like they won't really understand the context. So it's just one of those things.
Yeah, it's knowing your audience and being hashtag relatable. That's a big part of it.
Hashtag relatable content.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
Yeah, the video length for the Furality submission, I think, is between 20 seconds and 2 minutes. So it's really important to make the audience understand what type of video you are creating and what you are trying. What do you want them to feel during the video? Also, I'm kind of curious, since you mentioned that comedy is like the mid-tier of getting a reaction, an emotional reaction from people. So what is the easiest genre to get a reaction from the audience?
I think cute ones do, like endearing videos. That you definitely can go sour really quickly, but I think like if you like show a cute puppy or like make it like a happy video, most people are willing to enter into like a happy thing. Which like I forget what the name of the video is, but like the person who did the music video around Golden Hour, like that one was like a happy video. So like it's a very, very good video. But like it's very easy to enter into that one because like it's a happy story about like people like coming together and having a happy time. And I think that that's one of those things where like if you can get people into like it, most people want to be like, oh, I'm happy with this person, or like this is a really cute situation, stuff like that. Like I think that's
the ending of that video though.
Yeah, that's one of the great things is that like you can transition to other things if you like to get people into like the magic circle or whatever. It's like that's an agreement to start, and like you have to still hold that. So I think one of the easier ways is like a lot of happier things, which is why like a lot of like personally why I think like a lot of videos on like YouTube or things like that are things of like, hey, I'm doing this cool thing because like it's a cool happy thing. Usually negative things are harder to get people to enter into because again it's a negative feeling and you need some type of really hard connection to do that. While puppies, everyone loves puppies. Like who's gonna say no to a puppy or a kitten? Like
Puppies.
like it's cute. You want to be happy with
Cat
with
videos.
them. You want to pet them. You want to like
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do feel like the Golden Hour video is a good example of like how to make someone sad, you have to build like some sort of like you the people have to relate to the characters first, because it's like, oh, if like this guy drops his ice cream on camera, it's like that's not sad, that's probably even funny. But if you show that, oh, this guy has been having like a terrible day, he like lost his job, he got divorced, and now he drops his ice cream, then it's like a sad moment. And it's like you need to show the context of the character to induce sadness, whereas comedy, it's a lot easier, and cuteness is also a lot easier because it's just like monkey brain goes brr, you know, like you see a cute baby and you're like, oh, because you're like kind of hardwired for it.
Oh,
Is there any type of videos you guys would like to make in the future?
Do you want to go first?
You can go first. I'm trying to think.
Good. So I would like, so I'm still like, as my main thing, I still want to make informational videos, but I want to make them try to look nicer. So I actually do want to try to do the next Furality showcase and try to like get more advanced with my stuff. Get the VRChat lens, I think it's called, because like the basic one is nice, but like definitely there are issues with it, and like a friend actually after the showcase showed me like the camera, so like I definitely want to use that more so that I can make like maybe try to do music videos, like try to make it nice cinematic videos, maybe do like more edited shots so that I can do like cool, like maybe lightsaber, like the lightsaber sort of thing, not with lightsabers, but just like better compositions, better editing, more forget what compositing, more compositing. So that's my plan, will probably be to try and make the next Furality video bigger if I can. We will see.
Yeah, I don't actually know what type of video I want to make. I definitely want to have a separate submission this time, just so we can both work on it, but we can also both have like something out there. This was like his video, like we can say that it's your video, and it's fun to like. It would be fun to like collaborate like on 2 videos, kind of.
Mhm.
I don't know. So I definitely kind of want to make something that's like. I don't know. I don't know yet what type of video I would like to make. I definitely do want to send something for the next Furality.
I'm not sure if you've mentioned this before, but is this your first entry to the Furality showcase? Did you participated in the last Furality?
No, this was the first Furality. Because I had only like I haven't been doing. Like throughout my life I've dealt with video stuff, and even in school I've done like some video production stuff. But it's not until like more recently where I've actually like had like the tools to be like, hey, I have the tools and I'm going to do something. And Furality just came at a time where like I had both, and there was a reason to like try and advance like my skills. Even though I may have like. There's definitely issues with the video that I could critique, because you know the artist in me will critique every little bit of it.
Yeah.
But like I think overall like it was a good learning experience, and as like a first time I'm actually surprised I got in, especially with the crunchy audio. So yeah, I'm excited to do the next Furality as well and try to see if I can do a lot better.
Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Do you know of the Portal game by Valve?
Yes.
Okay. I'm very interested because like so you have one video where you do the VRChat portal and you go through it. So that just kind of made me think like if it'd be interesting to see your take on like Portal's stuff, because your green screening is like super good and your editing is like really tight. So it'd be interesting to see like how you do that.
So I guess you want me to explain the process of making the video?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So I use After Effects to create the special, like to do the compositing. The footage was shot using my phone. And the portal was created using I think a plugin from Video Copilot, which is called Saber. Yeah, a Video Copilot is it's a YouTube channel, or they also have their own website. They're really good at teaching After Effects stuff, and they also have lots of useful tools.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah, I think once you know how to use the once you are able to get the plugin, I don't think you will have any problem using it. It's mostly just drag and drop, adjusting different values and see what turns out to be the best.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you should use After Effects.
No. The dope.
Oh, and
It's such a good program.
yeah, and
It is a good program.
and I also use the the camera tracking features to make sure that the portal sticks on the wall.
Nice. That's really
Question for you. Do you have any other videos planned, like for like either Furality or like Furality style, where like you plan something out and like you film it? You don't have to tell me the video.
So here's a funny
part.
part. I'm now working. Besides the interviews, I'm working on longer video, which of course I will continue using the style of putting VRChat cameras into live acting footages. But I'm not sure if I will do this for the next Furality or any kinds of events, or even just post it on Twitter. I think I'll kind of share a behind the scenes or work in progress shots, but I don't think it's the time to let people know what exactly I'm working on. Yeah.
No, of course.
And
Yeah, but that's
yeah,
good.
and-
That's good.
and one of the reason I choose to do that is because I have before the Furality showcase, I have like tons of short videos, which I filmed in VRChat and edited in After Effects, and I think they all look really cool. But I originally decided to use some of them for my Furality showcase, but then I read the guidelines, and it says that it shouldn't be published anywhere else. So yeah, it's better to leave my video to some other bigger events.
Yeah, it's definitely the whole you have to polish it first at the Furality showcase does definitely limit you if there's a video you really want to show off there. Yeah, that's fair. That's why I kind of feel like people make videos for the showcase and they don't just make a video and then give it to them, right? But yeah, that is very fair.
Yeah, and thanks for joining the interview and answering
Thank you
for
for
having
having
us.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Oh, let me stop the recording.
Oh shit, I need to find my Audacity.